Oh my gosh,
Fundamentals.
we would be the bad boys of Little League. I'm telling you now, we would beat the tar out of the other team.
I'm just gonna go out and say it. Joey Chestnut has to be on the pub.
Has
Not
to be.
pub more. I mean,
Has to be.
Dramatic, man. That was a journey.
Man, I'm gonna get real theological on y'all. I think we're all a little soft and misunderstood. I'll just be real honest.
Get Luke Combs. I was begging for Luke Combs not too long ago. We'll get Luke Combs on here. I challenge Luke. I think I can actually beat him in shotgunning a beer. So if he thinks he's got the cojones to come on and try, then by all means, Luke, bring it on.
That's the intro. You just hit my promo for me, James. I love it. Episode 163. It's the three amigos. Dr. Tim Farner, Preacher Man Fitzsimmons. But no, wait, from the top rope across the pond, the one, the only, Matt Piss Right Up Whitehorn returns, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
The king has returned.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, like did you get some of the like Mbappe? You're like, yo, that guy's making money. I'm coming back to the pub. See if they can offer me that same bread. We can't. We can offer you one slice of bread, and that's it.
Oh, you can't. Oh, I better get going then. No, I just had a free evening. I thought I'd pop on.
I'm pumped, man. 6 to midnight, real quick.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, Fitz is rocking the throwback Reggie White. Is that a long sleeve? No. Okay,
It is a long sleeve. I got it rolled up. It's because it's July, but it's a little chilly in my apartment today, so figured I'd throw the long sleeve on.
Man, this just feels right, man. I just want to catch up with all you guys. Tim, how was your week, man? How was it?
Good. Yeah, Infinite TCG's booming. We're making buku sales. So if you need any cardboard, any cards, collectibles, you hit me up on eBay. I got you.
I love it.
Great feedback.
Hey, your mic kind of sounds a little screwy right now, but it's all right. We're doing it live, so we're gonna keep it rolling.
All right.
I thought it sounded decent.
Oh, okay. Preacher Man, how's your?
I don't know. I'm not as picky. I'm not as.
I think I fixed it.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Preacher Man, how's your week been?
It's been good. Low key. Parents are coming this weekend.
Let's go.
Parents weekend coming to Rochester. Got a pretty busy agenda for them. Gonna give them the old historic tour of the Mayo Wood brothers, or not Mayo Wood. Their house is the Mayo Wood Mansion, but the Mayo brothers, Mayo Clinic. We're gonna do everything. We're gonna hit it all. It's gonna be
That's
gonna
awesome.
be exciting.
I'm pumped
Might
for you.
even squeeze in the Barbie movie for mom.
Oh,
Why not?
Mom's really wanting to watch it, and I think we can squeeze it in. So should be
I
good.
love it. Matt, how's your past 3 months been, dude?
It's more than that. I think it's about 6 months.
I wasn't going to call you out that way, but
Moved closer to London, technically. Got made redundant. Not as good. Yeah, living a life. Watching a lot of cricket. Watching a lot of.
sounds like a good. Did you see Devin on the other side? How's he doing?
He's doing all right. Me and him was just chatting at the pearly gates. Just talking about who could go first.
they put you. They're like, no, Matt, you're still in purgatory. Like, we're just going to send you back real quick. The boys need you.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm glad you came on because I could finally take you off, and now we just have Devin up there with the celebrities. So, miss you, Slate.
R.I.P. Devin.
R.I.P. You'll come back one day.
I'm trying to see any new people up there. Matt's still up there. I mean, I
Yeah.
saw
he is.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't fix it. I'm sorry. That's what I get for getting on.
still got Tupac.
Is-
Kimbo Slice.
Is Queen Elizabeth II
I
there?
need to put Kimbo Slice, don't I? And the Queen. Do I have the Queen?
No, Kimbo's
I don't
there.
think I have the Queen.
The list has become something uncontrollable, Parker. I don't think you can. Like, you got Kimbo, you got Tupac, you got Rob Williams, you got Muhammad Ali.
You got Mac Miller.
You got-
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, you got everyone here.
Well, I need to put the Queen.
You got
for
Professor
Matt.
Snape.
Mm.
Spoilers.
I still want I want Sean Connery. That's
All right,
my
Sean
pick.
Connery.
I want
Oh,
him.
That's
on
a
there.
good one. I'll make it happen. Well, it's my favorite segment time here, boys. The blind top 5. And we're talking retro jerseys. I'm rocking the Ducks. Fitz has got the throwback Packers. This is perfect. We didn't even set this up this way. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. So
That's how we roll.
I'm pumped for it. So now I was only going retro jerseys that were truly worn. So like the reverse retros that NHL did, those don't count. Or the Twins had the light blue like throwback jersey, but no one wore them that style. So it's just I had to be picky, and I only had to pick 5, and I had to try to like get it through as many sports as possible. So I'm gonna leave out some bangers, and I do apologize, but it's just kind of 5 that fit broad criteria for me. I just picked them at random. All right. So Tim's already geeking out over there with his camera. Number 1.
Oh, gosh.
It's making its return debut this NFL season. The red helmet throwback retro uniforms. And so you blindly rank these. You don't know what's coming next. So if you put out 1, there goes your 1 spot. No. I try to get them for all sports.
Yeah, it's tough.
Okay. I kind of like it, but knowing you, Parker, I'm gonna go 3. I think this is a good take on the Falcons jersey, but is it 1 or 2? I don't think so. So give me the 3rd spot.
Okay, I respect.
See, I dug myself in a hole last week by doing the same thing. I expect there will be better. I think there will be better. So I'm going to start low. It's a solid 4 for me. It's a good retro. I love the red helmet. Yeah, but it's not.
It's doing nothing for me.
To put it, I want some wiggle room. I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stuck.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know he's going to do it.
No. I'm 4. I'm at 4.
You're at 4.
Okay.
Matt, where are you thinking?
I just don't see how it's that different to a normal Falcons kit.
Oh,
I like it, Matt. I wanted to do that, but I kind of screwed myself last week.
wow. Oh, this is Matt's inaugural blind 5. He's got to learn.
Yeah.
I put Jim Brown as my 5th best running back. That was a mistake.
You fool.
That was a mistake. Yeah.
All right, our second one. What I'm wearing. The 90s Ducks. They officially made their return back this past season.
All right, I'll just go ahead and say it. I love these unis. I think it pays good homage to the movies, but it's like, I love the color. This just rings like authentic hockey to me. So I'm hesitant on giving it the 1 spot. So give me a 2. This is a really good 2.
Quack.
See, I'll be honest. Mighty Ducks overrated.
Oh,
I do think it's overrated.
You're a terrible man.
And I know I'm in Minnesota now. It's a beloved Minnesota film, but I don't know. I thought it was hokey. Same with Angels in the Outfield. Just a little hokey for me. Like, I don't need a professional team that actually makes me think of just a subpar kids movie. I'm gonna put this number 5 on my list.
Wow.
Hey, to be fair,
I think there should be 3 better jerseys. It's not a bad jersey, but it's not like one of the best retro jerseys of all time. I'm not gonna pretend like that.
The Ducks, the pro team, was named after the movie. The movie came out first.
Wow. I'm just totally blindsided. I thought Evan, of all people, would appreciate the movie connection.
It's not
Wow.
It's not a movie I love. I don't know. I'm a tough critic.
You are.
Roger Ebert over here.
Yeah.
Put me in for a solid deuce. I think it's just a classic. I think it looks like an absolute classic.
go.
Yeah, I really went against the grain.
But I feel like you got something in the bag, Parker, from the top spot.
Absolute classic. I like it. I like it.
Absolute
All
classic.
right. Number 3 coming up. Retro Toronto Raptors jerseys. The ones Vince Carter made famous, T-Mac.
You got a tough
It's
list
tough.
this week. You know, gosh, I gotta go 4. I like it. I've been about it. The whole Toronto, I don't know. The Raptor just doesn't do it for me. I guess I like more of the modern look, but that just looks so good. But I can't commit to one. If I do, you're gonna throw something up there that's gonna just screw me. Give me the 4. Give me the 4.
I'm curious, is there a repeat on this? Like, is there another NFL on this list? Or
Nope.
is it like,
That's not blind.
you know, any
No
spoilers?
spoilers.
No spoilers, dog.
See, I'm trying to think.
We're gonna
like,
have like
It's
I'm
partial
sure he's
scene.
he's
We're
gonna have
Daredevil
either.
out here.
I think he could have baseball and then like a college. Like that's what I think is gonna happen.
gonna have a
I'm gonna
college,
lock
you
in
know, bro.
Raptors at 2. I think that's a solid silver medal for me. And the key one is, you know, we got the white jerseys on there, but the best was the purple. The purple one.
Purple and
the
black.
Raptor.
Yeah.
But yeah, and in that one, so I don't know if you count that as the retro too, but the one where it's purple on front, black
I would,
on the back. But oh man, that was a sick jersey. Also, say with Vince Carter, one of the great Tar Heels of all time. So yeah, this is my number 2 pick.
I just want an excuse to put McGrady and Vince Carter in the same picture there, and they didn't have one of the purple together. Like I could find a good image. So
yeah. What could have been?
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, this jersey, I've never seen it before until right now. But I'm telling you right now, this is a fresh jersey. Number 1.
Dang.
Yeah.
It is. I love the way the Raptor looks. I love the purple. I love the stripes down it. It's fantastic. And what's the other one's going to be? What, a baseball jersey? The baseball jerseys aren't that. I'm just sort of trying to play a game and see what's coming up next. Baseball jerseys are just a good for me. This is going to be number 1.
Oh man, I like it. Both these past 2 jerseys just give me the '90s feel. It's just that nostalgia. Like I stare, and my mind just starts racing back. Same thing with the duck. All right, number 4 on the list, the 49ers 80s throwbacks.
5. Easy.
I respect that.
I mean, I will say I'm a sucker for just a classic look, and that is like, I don't know that's a really special retro, but I do like I'm a fan. I like the Giants jerseys for the longest time. Like they haven't changed, you know.
Oh yeah,
and they're
nice.
they're easy. So this kind of is in that ballpark. Like they haven't changed very much, and I do like when they kind of go back to that 80s look. I'll give it a 3. It's a solid 3 on my list, but I think there's something better. I think you're cooking up something.
So Tim Fitz, the only place you got left is 1,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah. Let yourself into a hole there. It's going to be like a referee's jersey or something hilarious. I think I've got 4 left. Give me number 4. It just doesn't do anything for me.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, number 5th on the list. So Fitz's and Tim's number 1. The Steelers Bumblebee. No, I'm just kidding. I can't really say that. Tim's really gonna be pumped about this one.
Oh, I think I know where you're going.
Yes! Pistons.
Yes!
Oh,
I didn't think you were gonna do it, you crazy son of a bitch. I love this jersey. It is like, I mean, I'm biased, but like when I grew up watching the Pistons, this is what I saw every night. Like this is, when you're driving down, going to Detroit and it's on the billboards. This is the Piston. This is it. So like, and I love the teal green. Oh my gosh. Give it to me. Give it to me. Number 1 all day.
6 to midnight for the guy.
You know what's hilarious? I actually had this jersey when I was a little kid. My godfather was a Duke grad, and just to fuck with my dad. He sent me the Grant Hill kit. I had the shorts. I had the matching shorts with it. And I remember I'd rock it. And I remember like third grade Evan, I was like, I really want that Vince Carter jersey, which is just funny that they're both on this list. Like I loved, the Tar Heels Vince Carter. I loved that Raptors jersey. But I rocked that Grant Hill jersey for a really long time. So, it's not a bad number one for me. That's of sentimental value, and knowing that it was one dad trolling another dad with some smack talk, but it was actually a pretty sick jersey. So yeah, sure, number one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm happy with this being number 3. I mean, ideally I'll have it in number 2, but it's a cool jersey. It's a pretty cool jersey. But I'd say I slightly prefer the Raptors one for no other reason than aesthetic reasons,
I do want to say, like we talked about the NFL jerseys last week, the 90s jerseys for NBA were really special. And I don't know what went away. Like the Utah Jazz, like when you think of like the Stockton Malone Jazz with like the mountains, or, they're just like, I just feel like there were so many, the Nuggets had really unique jerseys. Like there were just so many like of those classic looks, and they just went away with it. They just thought it was
the
too
Miami
much or
Heat
something.
3-stripe.
Yeah.
I think they, like at the turn of the century, we saw like teams go for realism and like simplicity. Like that was the bold, edgy thing to do. And it's like,
or like the Atlanta
miss,
Hawks, when you have I think they had Mutombo back in those days. So it was like the big hawk on the front.
Yeah.
Those are sick.
Dang, I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta buy me one of these Pistons jerseys now. Dang.
No free shout out.
Matt's got to get a Raptors jersey. I think he should. I think he should rep that.
I don't mind that.
Devin got one. He got a Carter one, I think, a couple months ago, maybe a year ago. But he's dead, so maybe he left it in your will, man. Maybe he'll.
Not a bad list, Becky.
Yeah, maybe it's just delivery's just on his porch, just like waiting to be picked up.
If you guys could change the list, what would you do? Any swapsies?
I'd move the Pistons up to 2 and the Ducks down to 3.
You mean like put it?
Oh, go ahead.
You mean like put it? I was thinking like, can I replace the Ducks with a better NHL jersey?
Dude, you are such a hater.
Yeah, dude, you're sipping haterade.
Hate.
I would just switch the Falcons and the Raptors. Raptors don't deserve 4, but I couldn't commit to 1, so I would switch the Falcons and Raptors.
Okay.
I actually don't hate my list. I can keep it. I mean, you probably go Raptors better than Pistons, but hey, I used to rock the Grant Hill jersey.
Yeah,
maybe I'm finally coming around.
This was a good list. Usually, Parker, you have one on there that's just like you really put this on here, but this is good.
Maybe it's a sleep deprived or jet lag or something. I was being nice. I don't know. I was gonna throw an old school Oakland A's on there just to mess with you guys, but they haven't.
I would have taken that bait.
Yeah,
I would have taken the bait.
All right. Well, let's keep on those new uniforms. Patriots are coming back with their white helmet, red top. I'm a huge fan of this look. I think it's clean. I think it's crisp. Out of the throwbacks that we've seen, I really like this one. I know Philadelphia is tempting to come back with their Kelly Greens and that type of stuff, which is cool. I take this over the Philadelphia Kelly Green though. Like this, I don't know, something about the red pops for me. What y'all's take here?
Well, there are a few we didn't talk about. The Seahawks are repping those. They have those old throwbacks.
We talked about those.
Did we talk about Did we talk about the Titans? The Oilers?
We haven't got there yet, Fitz.
Spoilers.
My bad. We're just going one by one. Okay.
All right, hey,
these
do
are
it live.
These are sick.
So here we go. So we got Denver coming out with all new white helmets, the retro. We got obviously Titans playing tribute, if I can talk, to the Oiler days back in Houston, with the light blue and the Oiler logo on the helmet. I'm a big fan of the Houston and New England look here, or Tennessee and New England look. Denver, I think the orange top could have looked better with this instead of the all whites, but I like the helmet. I'll give it that.
Oh, yeah. Why do you not? You gotta have the John Elway orange. Yeah, that's
my
a
thought.
mistake. Mm.
I think he was going to do icy whites on it, so it's like you almost had it and then you fumbled the bag.
They
Yeah, I
really
agree.
They've gone downhill since Russell Wilson.
I agree with you, Parker. I think it's not quite like that 90s nostalgia of the NBA jerseys, but there's something about like seeing the Oiler logo, seeing the red on the Patriots, like it just looks good. Like it's a classic football look. And I also agree. I can't really get behind the Denver. I mean, when you think of retro Denver, you think of orange, and to go white out, it's just, I don't know, doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Matt, thoughts from across the pond?
I love the Patriots one. I actually bought a similar jersey to this recently. I had to go to a party dressed as something beginning with T, and then I bought a red Tom Brady jersey. Pretty neat. I can't get on board with Tennessee using the Oilers, considering that they were the Houston Oilers at the time.
Yeah.
I can't get on board with that. That's a bit weird.
Oil up, baby.
Just like they've got literally no history. But yeah, Denver just what a white helmet. Wow, how groundbreaking.
Yeah. What did you think of the Seattle's uniforms? Because I think all three of us were kind of like, we jizzed in our pants a little bit after seeing the 90s.
Yeah, it's annoying because I don't like Seattle, and famously, and they're pretty cool, to be fair.
Yeah. Man,
Steve Largent. They went with the old, the 70s look.
what's a old like soccer look for you that's like that needs to come back, or it's like that's a good retro?
So, for listeners to Google quickly, the Netherlands or / Holland 988 kit is fantastic. Google Arsenal's banana kit, and then I think I've got an England one in here somewhere. As he turns around and tries to get one out of his wardrobe. This is Italia from 1990, and it's pretty sick. England Italia 1990 is like sort of blue and white chevrons, like diamonds across the kit.
Wow.
That's like a classic.
That's
Just
a
like
good look.
sort of crazy patterns.
That is sick.
I like that Arsenal.
Yeah.
The
Dude,
banana.
the bruised banana. I saw
That-
someone title it.
The bruised
That's
isn't
nice.
Wild. That is a wild.
Yeah, it's crazy good.
I actually like that Netherlands one. I think that's pretty cool.
It's the orange one. Is that the one we're talking about?
Yeah, I like
it's
that one.
clutch.
Yeah.
It's nice too.
Huh.
Man. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I like Tennessee playing. They're playing like troll daddy here to Houston. Like, no, we're the Houston Oilers now. Like, it's just like a little stab at Texas and Houston. I kind of like it. I'm sure there's a big debate between like Houston people like, nah, it's our team, damn it. But I'm here for it. Well, let's talk about new uniforms. And a USC wide receiver was in a purple uniform, and then he was in an orange uniform. Addison, coming straight out of USC, first round draft pick, goes 140 miles per hour, gets busted for it. Seems like a Henry Ruggs incident all over again, but thank the Lord, not drunk, doesn't hit anybody, doesn't kill anybody. Thank the Lord. He gets pulled over, though. His excuse was, I'm having a dog emergency. Are you buying or selling this excuse?
Was the dog with him?
I didn't read it from the reports if the dog was with him or not. I don't know if he was racing home to get with the dog. Just every like article I read like 3 or 4 in the airport, and it was all of them said Jordan Addison was just dog emergency. That's all I saw.
I mean, like,
you
Oh, go ahead,
Go on.
Matt.
go on, Tim.
I was just gonna say, if I had like the dog with me, yeah, like if Mika's with me, I'm doing whatever I need to get to whatever emergency vet. But like, if it's to the house, or like on a Ring camera, you're seeing your dog tear something up, it's like no. Just not happening.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever do 140, but like, you got to be a little more reasonable. If the dog's not even with you, how much of an emergency is it? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like even if the dog is with you, doing 140 is just ridiculous. Because you're just gonna put you're putting other people's lives into how you're driving, and if your dog's sick in the passenger and it's get a bit skittish, you're not gonna have full concentration on the road. Yeah, I mean it's sad. I mean I'm pretty sure we've all had pets here and like love pets, and it's sad when you lose them, but 140 miles an hour on the highway, that's insane.
I'm with you, Matt. Like, even if it's an emergency, like I'm not going to kill myself or others to get to this dog. You know, I might be pushing 90, but I'm not breaking over.
See, that's
100.
where I think that's where I'm like not buying the story.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a good excuse, but I think it's falling apart. Like, I don't think it's I don't think he legitimately had that going on,
Yeah, I want to.
But it's not a bad excuse. It's kind of like it kind of like makes people go, "Oh, well, he's getting back to a pet. It's okay." It's like, okay.
His lawyer earned that fee. His PR guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And there are thoughts about Jordan Addison here.
Well, he sucks because clearly.
Damn.
Yeah.
On that purple team there.
Can we just have like an NFL intervention of like, do not gamble, because 2 other players got busted for gambling and they're out indefinitely, and don't speed, don't drink and drive. Like, can we just have that seminar like every week with these guys? It's ridiculous.
I need something. I should
maybe Addison watch Drive to Survive and just wants to be like Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
We should just host like a Zoom conference for any NFL athlete who wants to attend, a small fee of $100,000, and we go over all of the basics. Don't drink and drive. We could do that.
I'll call up the NFLPA, be like, hey, we got a program that's going to fix all your issues.
This is great. Yeah.
Pub Sports Talks Budding Star Seminar.
Yeah, I love it.
Pub Sports Talk Budding Star Seminar. And we just run it for like a week long. I don't know what the gimmick is. I don't know what the catch is, but we can do it. Yeah.
We can for sure do it.
We've got a pastor, we got a doctor, a teacher, and whatever Matt does.
I'm unemployed, so.
All right. Well, yeah, you're right there with him, and a party guy. Matt's our party guy, so like,
exactly.
Matt can teach them how to party appropriately. Yeah,
it'll be my job to put their bets on.
Yeah, I once went on 2 dates with 2 separate women. I took 2 separate Ubers. Moral of the story: take your Ubers.
Yeah,
we can call it
Lord.
CTE, Continuous Training Enterprises.
We got to keep CTE in the game.
Right.
CTE.
It's good for the players. Oh my God. All right. Well, speaking of good for players, or maybe not, you guys see the running back in the NFL had a group chat or a group Zoom meeting going on, try to fight for equal pay. One of the leaders of that, Saquon Barkley, well, he's crossed the picket line. He gets an extra $900,000. He signs a 1-year, $10 million contract. The real shitty part is he can still be franchise tagged at the end of that 1 year. So like the whole thing he's fighting against, it's still going to be a problem a year from now. Sure, you got $900,000 extra, but you're going to be in the same boat you were this past off season. I feel like he could have done more. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny how like you have this. Everyone's talking about this Zoom meeting with all these running backs, and they're gonna change the game. And then first thing I saw, breaking news: Saquon signs for 1 year. Blah blah blah. I mean, I get that there's not much you can do, but I mean, way to fold. Like you just
Yeah.
gotta lose a little respect for Saquon here. I mean, like, how are you gonna put up all this fight and then they're like actually we'll give you $2 million sign-on bonus instead of paying you out over the season. And he's like, oh yeah, sign me up. Like how are you gonna raise this much of a stink where you have all these like sports media heads saying they should strike, we should have another strike, and then the next week or the next 2 days you sign and everything's just like, oh yeah, this isn't changing, everything's back to normal. It's just comical.
Can you imagine a real running back strike? Like we're not going to play till week 6, sort of thing. Like we're going to band together, and just like a league without like running backs. Like you've got to go to the well to get some tailback for all these teams. Fantasy season would just be, insane.
Yeah,
No
that'd
one
be
would,
hilarious.
you wouldn't draft a running back till like round 11.
Well, here's the thing. If I got Jalen Hurts or Mahomes or even Josh Allen, that's fine. I'll do a lot of motions. I'll do a lot of jets, and I'll read option off it if I want to. Like, I don't need a running back. It doesn't make life easier, yeah, but I don't need that. I got slot guys. I got quarterbacks that can run now. But when it comes down the goal line, you kind of need those motherfuckers. Like, it's tough.
Yeah, I think we touched last week on like what options we think could be possible. Rick Florio, he's kind of a quick talking sharpshooter with legalese stuff. But I was listening to him on his take, and he was suggesting that not this season, but next season, specifically training camp, that all these high end running backs should get together and hold out on training camp and basically tell the NFL, yeah, you can have your way right now, but next season when everyone's trying to get their team situated, all these running backs aren't going to be there. Now that gets really tricky with the upcoming draft class. You'd have to have the upcoming running backs with you too. But I mean, if his idea was that if you pitch it like, hey, this is also your future, this isn't just like you're not just a scab of like, oh, we're just going to draft a young running back. But if you pitch it like, hey, we're all holding out on training camp, like, don't like if you join us, you're going to end up making more money in the long haul instead of just drafting in a training camp. So I don't know. That's been the most like I guess logical way to handle this.
Yeah.
I just don't see how else it would. So I just thought that was an interesting point by Mr. Florio.
No, that's a great point. And like, obviously, you need running backs. Like I say that you need a quarterback and you can slide. You can put a Band-Aid over it, but you need running backs at the end of the day, and they deserve to have their value set. To play devil's advocate, maybe Saquon knew like, hey, this is like the only chance I'm going to get $10 million guaranteed. Like, I don't see an offer coming down the pipeline because maybe McCaffrey's contract's not up for grabs, and like it's just me, Josh, and Tony Pollard. Like, there's not enough like heat on these GMs to like really sign us, and so maybe like it was his only chance at making some money here. I don't know. I'd be curious to know like the details coming out in the next 3-4 weeks. All right. Speaking of details coming out, Lloyd Yates, Northwestern quarterback wide receiver, is shedding some light, even more light on the Northwestern drama. I don't know. We talked about this 2 weeks ago, I think. We're all in agreement. Like, there's no excuse for hazing. It's what gives football a terrible name and that type of stuff. But looking at this thing, this goes like above and beyond just like normal, like weird ass hazing. Like, not normal, but like the typical weird ass hazing. Like, they would go in the locker room and be like, hey, you got to cut your hair. And they only did it to like African Americans, minority kids. Like, no more dreads. Like, we have to be an established look. But a white kid with a mullet was fine. Like, this made no sense. And Lloyd Yates is the first one to come out like by name and say, hey, this is what Fitzpatrick, this is what Northwestern football did. Like, if you weren't white, they wanted to try to make you white, and then on top of that, the whole like get run on and the sexual things or whatever, like that's a whole nother layer to this thing. But things seem like really, really bad, and it just shows more of like Fitzpatrick was he's just an enabler. He let this shit happen. Like it's not a good look at all. Northwestern's not allowing players to go to media day because of this in the Big Ten.
I didn't know
I
this
know,
was
throw a lot at you there.
Yeah, I didn't know this was still a thing. I guess there's going to be more and more coming out probably as the weeks pass, but hopefully more players step up, and so we can just shit on Northwestern,
Shut it down.
kill them.
Boycott the school.
Yost!
Yost! Get him, Fred. That's one of my favorite lines of Remember the Titans. Get him, Fred. Unsung hero of Remember the Titans. Just kidding.
Okay.
That's all I got.
No thoughts,
I got nothing.
Besides- Tim. Yeah.
Other than
Yeah,
Matt?
I mean, I've actually just learned of this story now. I mean, it's been briefly mentioned, like Pardon and Take, when I listen sometimes. But I'm just reading this, and this is wild. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like the more you peel back, the more you're discovering.
yeah, it's like a bit of an iceberg, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, speaking of iceberg, Messi comes to the United States. We'll get Matt's thought here in a second. But Mbappe seems to be going to Saudi Arabia. Like, I don't know about you all. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for $776 million. It seems like PSG is allowing this to happen. They accepted the bid of $334 million to let them basically trade Mbappe away to the Saudis. And it's only for a 1-year deal. And like that $776 million we're talking about is like contract guaranteed, like sponsorships. They're like, hey, you're going to make this amount. I promise you, for 1 year. And then we'll let you go off. And I think Real Madrid or another team let you sign it after a year. Like, I know there's like some sports washing and some bad things we talk about with the Saudi sports league and stuff, but I don't know if I'm turning down $776 million.
It's pretty crazy, isn't it? 19 British pounds per second you'll be on this deal. Ridiculous. It's insane. Saudi government have really upped their sort of standards to try and get loads of like Premier League players to join the Saudi league. Obviously Ronaldo's there at the moment, but they're trying to sign Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson. And this is where it kind of gets like really sticky for him, because he's been a real advocate for LGBTQT plus. I've definitely missed the list there. Those rights. He's been real spokesperson for that in Liverpool, which is quite a liberal city. And now he's going to get sold to Saudi Arabia, where they don't let women drive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Steven Gerrard, who is an England legend, terrible football manager, is managing a Saudi team, and they're pretty shit. He's on the same amount of money. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're just throwing so much money at the wall and see what sticks. And some players are gonna be happy to tag along and take their money. You know, fair enough to them. Fair play to them. You know, that's the situation. You know, I'm not gonna turn down £19 a second. It's crazy.
Yeah, right. To put this in like our brain here: Steph Curry, KD, Jokic, LeBron, Embiid, Bill, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, Butler, Clay, AD, Trey, Levine. Combined their salaries next year, $762 million. Still not as much as Mbappe. and we're talking the biggest NBA stars
It
combined.
is mind blowing. And the difference is that players who are going out to Saudi Arabia are like players over 30 who are like fairly washed up a little bit. Where Mbappe is the peak of his powers, right? You watched him at the World Cup. At the World Cup final, scored a hat trick. France were unlucky to win the World Cup. The Argentine keeper makes a great save. They didn't win the World Cup. It's a shame that he's gonna spend a prime year in Saudi Arabia potentially. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Tim, you've been awfully silent. What do you think?
No, I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. I mean, it's easy for me to say, I wouldn't do it, but shit, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, you sell your soul for 1 year and then you sail off in the sunset. That sounds pretty nice. I think I'd do it.
It's not it's not 1 year money that sorts your family out, sets your grandkids, out as well. It's insane.
Like, you're potentially a
Granddogs.
billionaire at the end of that year.
You could become an aristocrat. You know what I mean? Just
I would buy a castle.
yeah.
My question is, so
Wait, hold on. No. We're not. Tim in a fucking castle? I could have 100% see this like in Albania or whatever. Like you with like the recess, like they're on top of the playground. He's got the cape, the red cape, and a crown on.
Oh my gosh!
I see Tim like, who goes there?
Dude, that would be you guys would love it if you just got in the mail a plane ticket to the castle and I just flew you guys to the castle. If I had a crown and a little cape on,
Oh, dude,
I'd have little costumes for you guys. It would be awesome.
I would.
I'm picturing the Count of Monte Cristo when he arrives on like a hot air balloon, and he's like, all he does is say "welcome." Keeps everyone like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
just sword fight on top of the castle. I'm down. Yeah, I'm here for it. Fitz, go ahead.
So my question is, will he compete on like there's no World Cup for another 3 summers?
Mhm.
Will he be able to compete on any of the big stages? Like some of the I don't really even I try to follow soccer. Like Euro Cup. Is he going to be able to play in Euro Cup? Is he going to be able to play in some of these other things?
So the European Championships which is what England lost in the semi-final in 2021. That's next year in 2024 in Germany. He'll be able to play in that because his nationality allows that. But he won't be playing in the Champions League, which is like the big tournament between like Man City, Bayern Munich, Barcelona.
Yeah, it's just interesting. It's almost like if you watched, you just named a bunch of NBA players. I don't know that there's like a face of the NBA at this point. There's like multiple. But like if Giannis went and played somewhere and now he can't be in the NBA finals, he can't be in the NBA playoffs. I don't know. It feels weird. Or like Mahomes plays somewhere if football had multiple leagues, if American football had multiple leagues, where Mahomes isn't playing in a Super Bowl or an AFC championship game. Like that you just sacrifice that to go make enough money to buy a castle. Like what? It's just like, what is this? It's just so, it feels like.
I don't think we could put it into American terms because we don't have the leagues that like it's set up for.
I know. It's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just weird. It's just weird that I feel like he's supposed to be playing in these other stages and not over here.
But like he's not going to miss any like big like stages that we think is big here in America, right? Like the World Cup and like Euro Cup, he'll still be able to play for his homeland. Like, to me, like we're not sure he doesn't get Arsenal, but like, okay, I don't.
I got you.
Yeah, but I understand your point. Let's continue on some football. Let's talk about the Women's World Cup. And it's been phenomenal. It's been great. History's already been made, and we're just like game 1 in of group stage, which has been awesome. Let's talk about updated Cup rankings. United States plus 225 seems to be the favorite here. Germany's a second, England, Spain, all fighting there. Then you kind of drop off a little bit with Australia, France. Colombia has been a darling, it seems like. There's a lot of young talent there, which we'll talk about. New Zealand, half home nation here. They got a big upset. We'll talk about that here in a second. But USA, I think they're the real deal here. They beat Vietnam 3-0, and they were like, yeah, we played really shitty. Like, that's what they came out and said. Like, we didn't play good at all. And it's like, you beat a team 3-0 and you didn't play good? Like, oh, shit. Like, this is getting real. So, Matt, I'm curious your talks here. I know you haven't got a chance to watch a whole lot of Women's World Cup, but any perspective you have is better than ours.
Yeah, I watched England play Haiti, a country. I can't remember how many people live in Haiti. I mean, England are a footballing powerhouse, and England were genuinely terrible. They scored a penalty, which they had to retake. They missed the first opportunity. They take the second one. They scored it. England were absolutely appalling. Haiti were a better side. I guess England got a lot of injuries. I was unbelievably disappointed about how bad England were. And it just seems that America, once again, are the team to beat in a Women's World Cup.
Yeah. Boys, any thoughts from you guys about just United States seeming to be the real deal here?
I have not watched it yet. I need to.
Yeah,
It's on my list.
Put it on your list. It's been good. Speaking of being good, the Philippines, they claimed their first ever Women's World Cup victory last night, and they beat the home nation New Zealand, which seemed to be an up and coming, like, hey, this is going to be a dark horse of the Women's World Cup. They're at home. There's young talent. They feel good. And the Philippines said, not so fast. Shout out to them getting their first ever Women's World Cup. Thoughts from this real quick?
Yeah, pretty good. Excellent stuff. I mean, that's a bit of an upset as well. That's would have definitely shut the crowd up.
Yeah. Enemy territory.
Good job.
Way to go.
Way to go.
Gold star for everybody.
Gold stars.
Oh my gosh. Worst soccer. Good thing we're just sports in general, not just soccer podcast.
I'm just so ready for NFL. I'm so ready.
Yeah, it's coming. All right. We're going to keep going with World Cup, though. The youngest player to ever play has officially stepped foot. Anybody want to take a guess on her age?
I already saw it, so I can't say.
28.
Nope.
28?
Hell no.
15.
16 and 26 days.
Jesus Christ.
She's playing in the World Cup. She's American-born, but has nationality in South Korea, so she's playing for the South Korean team. Casey Pierre, I hope I'm saying that right. 16 years old, and you're on the biggest stage. That's impressive.
That's
It's
insane.
amazingly impressive.
That's really cool.
That's very cool.
Like, 16-year-olds are trying to learn how to drive, and she's out there.
I can't imagine. Like when I was 16, man, I would have been nervous as hell, and just so hard on myself.
Oh yeah, right.
Like, oh, I can't believe I missed that pass, and I'd just be like frustrated. Where like now I'm like, oh, if I was 16 in the World Cup, I'd just be taking it all in. Yeah, I just be like,
Yeah,
okay.
you enjoy the moment.
I can't believe I'm battling on the same field as some of these legends. Yeah.
Well, there's another young person that scored a goal. Anybody want to take that guess? How old she was?
17, I guess.
Close.
28.
8. Fucking 18.
8? Did you say 8 years old?
18.
8.
That would have been crazy. That would have been even crazier.
So Linda Casiado, I hope I'm saying that right, from Colombia. She's 18 years old. She's fought and beat cancer. And this is her third national team she's been on this year. So she's part of U17, U20, and now the senior level squad. She scored a goal for Colombia in the World Cup. Wildly impressive. It seems like women's soccer is in really good hands if they keep on projecting and keep on like doing what they're supposed to. I mean, 16, 18 years old, and you are in the biggest stage of like what Americans think of soccer is, like wildly impressive. Even at 18, I would be shitting a brick. I think at 30, I'd be shitting a brick.
I like those jerseys.
Yeah, the Colombian jerseys.
Those are sick. Gold. I know gold's their big color.
Mm.
You know, it's like their main primary color, but I think it works well, especially with the navy blue shorts. Really comes together.
Tim, any thoughts for you?
Good job. That's pretty lit. You know, why don't we have like a team jersey
for the pub?
Yeah,
for the pub. It's a good
You
question.
know what? Every player that comes to our Rising Star seminar gets a Pub Sports Talk jersey.
I like that.
that's
Tim,
the incentive.
Here's what I want, Tim. By next Tuesday, in 7 days, you come up with the design. I will get those jerseys made, and I will mail it to all of us here on the pub right now. And any fans want them, I'll let you order them.
What's the like jersey style going to be, Tim? Is it going to be like a football jersey? Is it going to be like a football jersey? Is it going to be hockey jersey? NBA jersey?
Put your card company as our sponsor.
And I'm gonna make it just like a trading card. That's what it's gonna look like.
All right. Well, that's your job. Next Tuesday, if you design it, I will make it, Tim, and I will ship it to you.
It's gonna look like this Goku. You guys see it? Okay. It's kind of hard to see it. That's what it's gonna look like. It's a good card, by the way. Infinite TCG on eBay. Check it out.
Check it out. $1,000.
99 cents. 99 cent right here.
I'll pay $1,000 for that card right now. Who's
99 cent card.
Do it. All right. We'll keep the vibes high for a second. Jaylen Brown becomes the highest paid player in NBA history with $304 million for a 5-year extension. I'm a Celtics fan. I don't necessarily agree with this. He kind of folded under pressure in Game 7. It's not entirely his fault, but he went MIA on us for that Heat series. Thoughts from you guys real quick.
It's not $766 a year.
Did you include him in your rundown of NBA players that would get paid equal amount to Mbappe?
I did not. So maybe that makes it even.
Replace him for
like Embiid, maybe, or
Zach LaVine.
Bill. Yeah.
Now we're in castle money.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Is it a good move for the Celtics though? What's your take here? Obviously, it's a great move for Brown.
I don't know. I mean,
head scratching.
Yeah.
What's Tatum making?
That's a good question.
Like you're throwing the bag at Jaylen Brown?
I think Tatum got his last year.
Yeah.
He got the bag last year.
Yeah, I guess. It's just weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's weird.
He's like the third or fourth best Celtic. I think Marcus Smart is better than Jaylen Brown.
R.I.P. He's no longer with us.
Where's he at? Charlotte?
They really botched that one, man. Ugh. Celtics.
Yeah. It's rough.
That's a botched job.
What are the Celtics doing right now, man?
One day I'll be the GM. I'll tell you.
All right. Just throw me the bag when you're a GM.
Make it.
It's like my castle.
Oh. We're all getting the bag. We're all getting castles.
Hey.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm just uploading 2 quick things real quick. All right. Now, to take the mood down a little bit here, Bronny Jr. suffered cardiac arrest. I'm really curious to get Tim's point of view on here. at USC's practice on Monday. They're gearing up to go play Greece. And I mean, as 18, 19 years old, him having cardiac arrest, like it's concerning, right? Like, obviously we saw what happened to Mar Hamlin during the football season last year, and it's scary to see it, but especially someone so young and like with no contact. I would assume it's basketball compared to football. Like the contact would have probably be minimum here if there was any. It's a scary situation. I feel like is his NBA dreams dead, done? What do you do in the situation if you're the James family, or if you're USC? What do you do here, Tim?
I don't know if they've come out and said what happened. I'm sure they hadn't.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't, but it really depends. There's like a couple options. So anytime I think of like someone going into cardiac arrest that's relatively younger, especially a child, it's typically respiratory related. So like think of like, asthma attack or something along those lines. Because typically a child's heart is not going to go into cardiac arrest versus like an adult. You don't really immediately go to respiratory like they're choking on something, because usually they're older and they're having a heart attack. This kid's 18, so I really don't know. I'm not sure if it was, respiratory related. Maybe there was some overexertion and it kicked him into cardiac arrest. Maybe he's having some sort of arrhythmias that sent him into VTAC. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Hopefully they can, I mean, there's congenital things that like you can grow up with. Don't know if they would like show up, in like young adulthood, like 18. Like, I'm not sure. I feel like with as much as he was playing basketball, any congenital heart effect would like have happened already. So I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, like because my first thought was, it's something pre-existing form. If I can talk pre-existing form, and like it's like, should we get him screened early or not? Like, should I begin a high school athlete screen? But now you're saying like you don't. So sometimes you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and typically you're screened for some of these things when you're younger. So I don't know. It's really interesting. I don't know what I'd be interested to see if anything comes out from this, but if there's any sort of surgical intervention. Sometimes there's like and I can't remember the name of it. There's a hole between the right and the left atrium of the heart. And what can happen is sometimes blood can actually shoot through that little hole. That can throw you into cardiac arrest. But like that's typically like you're an infant and they are like, hey, we have to go in surgically right now or your baby's gonna die. So I don't know. I don't know enough about the heart and what can go wrong when you're 18. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
May the force be with him.
Yeah. Fitz, Matt, thoughts from you guys real quick.
Scary. I presume if it's, I mean, Tim's obviously the expert here, but
not a doctor.
One would assume that this is probably his career over. At such a young age. If it's gonna have a slight chance of ever occurring again, I think that would be his career over.
Yeah. What I'm going Erickson, right? He was.
Yeah.
Did we figure out what caused that cardiac arrest for him? I can't remember.
I can't remember either, but I know he is playing again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just, I can't remember, but
yeah. Okay.
And just a side note, like modern medicine, especially for like the cardiac system, has really, I mean, if it's something like some sort of arrhythmia or something, then I mean, I'd probably bank on him being able to come back with some sort of medication. But if it's some like freak congenital disease, then he might be done. But
right.
So I don't know. That was just a little side note. Medicine's pretty good these days for, kind of manipulating what you want the heart to do. But obviously, it'd be tricky if you're a high level athlete. So
Yeah. Preacher Man, any thoughts from you?
I'm just reading about it. It's just fascinating.
Yeah.
Everything we've hit on. Yeah, it's eerie that it's like, DeMar Hamlin is so fresh in our minds, and this one's not necessarily not captured on live television in front of just all of America, but you imagine it for this, just graduated high school. It's like, I don't know. It is mind boggling.
Yeah.
I would think he can recover from this, but like Tim said, we just don't know
What caused it? Yeah.
what caused it, and the severity of it.
Yeah. It's as much of a LeBron hater I am on the court, off the court, I wish nothing but the best for Bronny Jr. because it's scary. Like it seems like it can happen to anybody. A drop of a hat.
Yeah. And LeBron's spoken so often about how his dream is to play with his son. Like wherever his son ends up, he just wants to play a year with him. And I think that's so cool.
100%.
So-
I look
so, like-
fond memories of seeing the Griffies play together. Like, how cool was that? Like,
Yeah. So no.
All right. Jim Harbaugh, got to talk about real quick. They're going to be Michigan seems to be without him for the first 4 games. So we're looking at ECU, San Diego State, Rutgers. There's another team in there too. For recruiting violations, malpractices, looking at their non-conference, looking at their schedule that they're going against, they're not missing anyone big, not a big opponent. This just seems like a slap on the wrist. I don't know severely on like what exactly he did, the details of it. Was it just like he scheduled a recruit to visit when he wasn't supposed to, or there could have been some, who knows, or it could have been severe and they just gave him a slap on the wrist because it's Jim Harbaugh, Michigan. I don't know. I'm curious to see more details coming out here, but I don't see them losing in those 4 games. I don't see them in any danger of losing those 4 games. But if Harbaugh wasn't coming off back-to-back Ohio State wins in a playoff win, I think this would be enough to fire him. But because the past 2 seasons he's had of beating Ohio State and making the playoffs, now it's like, it's okay. Jim's our guy still. It's just amazing what 2 years difference makes for a coach. Any thoughts for you guys real quick?
Man, I'm reading about this. They're saying that the root of this was Jim Harbaugh just buying players hamburgers at a place called the Brown Jug restaurant on Michigan's campus.
seriously,
Sounds pretty harmless.
oh my
Right.
gosh,
And so I wonder if that's like Michigan's PR or if that's like truly what happened. Because if that's truly what happened, like what the fuck are we doing, NCAA? Seriously,
Maybe the NCAA. I think they play favorites. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they've let go of the Fab Five, and I think they just, I don't know. They throw Michigan through the ringer.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is absurd.
if that's truly what happened, you're absolutely right. That's the fuck we doing. But
I'm on a deep dive right now.
He's diving.
that's hilarious. If it's just for the burgers, like that's almost comical. It's like what the hell? Like,
If I'm the owner of the Brown Jug, I'm saying, oh, who do you buy the burgers for? Or is that NIL deal? I got him covered. Like I would easily fix that issue. If I'm
that's so dumb.
It's ridiculous.
You get free hamburgers for a year. Congrats. Like the fuck. I hate the NCAA.
Is it down to like date and time? You're not allowed to do it past a certain date to supposedly tap up players, or is it just?
It was for recruits. But I mean, that doesn't. It's crazy.
It's
just
stupid.
It's crazy.
Because I saw a TikTok of like a UNC recruit, and it's like, go on a recruiting visit with me. And like he goes to the hotel room, and he's got like all these snacks laid out, like his favorite snacks. I don't want to assume, but I think there was a pair of Jordans in a box form. At least that's what it looked like. It was made to look like you can give a kid a pair of 300 shoes, but you can't buy him a burger. Like what?
So I'm reading that apparently it was that he bought them burgers and he lied. He lied about buying the burger. They questioned him about it and then he lied, and then they were like, "Oh, you know." You bought him, but it is about
What a
hamburgers.
weak man.
I
So
mean,
now
it's
this is coming
literally
back to
about-
my brain of like Jim Harbaugh's a fucking scumbag. So now I would did a complete 180.
I don't
I'm
know.
about to take a
U-turned.
bullet for him.
Of you
That's even more comical. Like, I would lie about it too. No, I
Would
didn't buy
you?
burgers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I would
So
be straight up
stupid,
honest
man.
with it. Like, fuck yeah,
Did
that's
you buy
NIL
those kids
deal.
hamburgers?
If you're honest
No.
with them, they'll say, "All right, you get 6 games." Like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
be
know,
like, "I
man.
didn't buy him damn burgers. What are you talking about?"
And then they look
That's
up your
such
bank
bullshit.
account. And then,
Yeah,
this is
It's
absurd.
ridiculous.
You got to pay in cash. You got to pay cash.
maybe that's the moral story. Paying
Bitcoin.
cash.
You got to do crypto. There's no
Oh,
trace.
Yeah, no trace.
All right.
Look at
I'm
that.
gonna give you my favorite sports quote of the week. Maybe we'll make this a segment or not. This comes from Kyle Shannon, the 49ers head coach. Never had a grown man send me so many pictures with his shirt off, but it looks good. Kyle Shannon talking about Deebo Samuel's current fitness level.
That's rough.
Yeah, not a good quote from the guy.
It's just weird. I don't know.
It's
It's a bit-
super weird. It's not a good look, but that was my favorite sports quote from the week. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll make this
All right.
a segment here.
Debo looks
Jack.
good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Looks
Devo, send me some
fantastic.
pictures, man. Feel jacked. I need some motivation to start my day.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
All right, Pub Parlay. Let's make some money, boys. We did not hit. I won't call any names, but someone named Lit Simmons cost us.
Damn it,
Did I
Fitz.
pick the Twins? I picked
Yeah,
the Twins,
yeah,
didn't I?
Yeah, they cost
That
us. That's okay.
lesson learned. Never
Got
pick the
money in the
Twins.
bank.
All right. We got Matt here, and that's what we need. We needed 4. We needed an even number to make our money.
Hmm.
Oh, breaking news. Herbert just agreed to a deal of $262 million.
Yeah, it's less than
Wow.
Jalen Brown.
That's crazy.
Yeah, how crazy is that? Who would you pay more for 5 years, Jalen Brown or Justin Herbert?
Herbert, easy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to find some bets because I have no idea what to gamble on.
I'm looking at Women's World Cup, baby.
I don't know if we can bet on what I want to bet on.
Oh,
you
I
wanna
like
bet
the
on,
sound of
Ted?
that.
You want to bet on
Boys, you know me. I have to find a new XFL. I'm trying to bet on slam ball here.
Oh,
I got can we bet on slam ball, Parker? Or is
Oh
that
my
not up?
gosh.
Because I got some heat right here if we need it.
All right. Let me find out.
Yeah, you find out. You let
The
me know.
slam ball was electric. Did you guys see Mike Vick back in action?
Duh. Slam
Phenomenal.
ball's back, baby. Love the team names here.
Ah, for God's sake.
You all right there, Matt?
Yeah, I was going to pick an MLS bet, but then on the break, and the next game is the 21st of August.
Tim, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
Damn it! I got to do baseball. I don't even like
However, hold
baseball.
on. You can bet on the total basketball tournament. It's something that's why I was up in Cincinnati for, working TBT. And basically it's a chance for all these guys who got drafted and now they've made themselves in the foreign league and stuff, but it's going to be going on for 10 years, $2 million prize. And they get to come back and make these teams, whether it's alumni teams or super teams, that type of stuff. So if you want to take a look at those team names, you can take a bet on that.
What is it called?
The total basketball tournament, TBT. I just got done working the Xavier region, and it was awesome. Great basketball. Like, I got to watch the Natty alumni team decimate that bracket. It was cool.
While Tim does that, I have a niche bet.
I can't even find the damn thing.
Can't wait for
This weekend it's the Belgian Formula One Grand Prix, and Lando Norris to finish on the podium.
Norris to podium.
Lando Norris to finish on the podium.
Let's go. Is that being raced on what, Sunday?
It's racing Sunday.
Norris podium F1. Man, it's been a long time since we had an F1 bet, Matt. It just feels good. It feels right.
Are you ready for a spicy one?
Oh,
Give it
God.
to me.
Italy over Sweden. Women's World Cup.
That is spicy.
Sweden would be favourites, no?
No. Plus 360 for Italy.
Yeah, you're saying Italy is going to win, right?
Italy over Sweden. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sweden is definitely the favorite in that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
insane.
Wow.
Italy, they just edged out Argentina. Right? Is that who
Yeah.
they played? No. Who did
Sure.
they just play? Yeah, Argentina.
He said sure. When are they playing?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, they're heavily underdogs, but it'll be fine.
I'm gonna take the Astros over the Tampa Bay Rays.
There we
Saturday.
go.
Oh. Man, this might be a reverse parlay.
Wait, he's taking Astros over the A's? I feel good about that.
No,
No,
he said
The
Rays.
Rays.
Oh, the Rays?
Yep.
Let him hang. Let it hang!
Let them hang, boys.
All right. I'm also going Women's World Cup. I'm taking France over Brazil
Hmm.
on Saturday. Not that much of an underdog. France is a half goal dog, but I feel good about it. All right. Random question. And I got one for us.
Ooh.
Shout out to my boy, Randy Nicholson. He sent me an Instagram video. I had no idea where this was going because I didn't watch it with sound the first time. And I was kind of halfway paying attention. And I watched it again. This is a product called the Woody Hoodie. It is a sweatshirt for your
No.
for your hoodie. Yeah. This is a real product. You can buy it online. Instagram's called The Woody Hoodie, no space. And so my random question for you boys is, what's the most random, useless product you've ever seen?
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm gonna have to Google this now.
Some useless product.
I'm sure there's a few that come to mind sometimes.
This is tough on the spot.
This is tough. This is tough.
And this could be a personal thing. You could start a war here. It could be a super hot take.
I can't think of anything other than Woody Hoodie. It's in my mind.
Yeah. It's fresh.
Oh man.
Broke my mind. Useless product.
Useless product ever.
I just moved and I'm trying to think what I threw out. I threw out a lot of stuff and I'm trying to think like what I'm just like, why do I have this? I'm trying to figure out what that is.
I'll give you mine. And I think throwback to like 2008, 2007. Young freshman, TC Robertson. It's raining one day, like it does in the mountains sometimes. No lie, there's a grown person wearing umbrella shoes. It's like this ankle strap with this umbrella that goes over it to cover the shoe from the top.
Oh,
Dumbest thing I've ever seen. It
that's
stuck with
pretty
me.
stupid.
Yeah. So the shoe umbrella, that's mine.
That's insane.
That's pretty good.
Oh man.
I can't beat that. I can't even imagine that someone's even invented umbrellas to go around your ankles.
Yeah, right. Also, we can see Matt's screen right now. He just ordered 5 Woody hoodies. So
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you really
Yeah.
good.
I'm
For me and the boys.
Beating the boys.
Can you sign it before you send it to me?
Yeah, we'll do.
I don't know. This is a tough one. I see a lot of stupid shit, and I don't know right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe this is a bad random question. Maybe I stumped the boys.
It's a hard one. It's a great question, but I feel like I needed like a week to prepare for it.
Hmm.
You know, I would have been. Now I'll be ready next week to give you a useless item that I run across by.
All right. Next week, that's your all's homework. We'll start the show that way for the blind top 5. Well, hey, that's going to do it for the show. We'll catch you guys next Tuesday. We got a special things cooking and brewing, so stay tuned. Be on the horizon for it. But Matt, we missed you. We'll maybe not next week, but for sure football season's coming around. I know you're getting up for it, so we're pumped.
Yeah, see you in another 9 months. In a bit, go well.
Bye.
In your face, Charlie Murphy.
We'll count it. Whatever. It's not a movie, but
Oh my gosh.
fundamentals.
We would be the bad boys of Little League. I'm telling you now. We would beat the tar out of the other team.
I'm just gonna go out and say it. Joey Chestnut has to be on the pub.
Has to
Not
be.
pub more. I mean,
Has to be.
Dramatic, man. That was a journey.
Man, I'm gonna get real theological on y'all. I think we're all a little soft and misunderstood. I'll just be real honest.
Get Luke Combs. I was begging for Luke Combs not too long ago. We'll get Luke Combs on here. I challenge Luke. I think I can actually beat him in shotgunning a beer. So if he thinks he's got the cojones to come on and try, then by all means, Luke, bring it on.
Only if he has That's the the Woody intro. hoodie. You just hit my promo for me, James. I love it.
Woody.
Tim, don't forget that.
Shit, dog.